If you're one of the many, many people living abroad with elderly parents back in Trivandrum, you know the feeling. It's that constant, low-level hum of worry in the back of your mind. You feel stretched across continents, wanting so badly to care for them, but you're thousands of miles away. Today, we're going to dive into a new way of thinking about this, a new approach that tackles this very specific and very real challenge head-on.
And this right here, it just gets to the absolute heart of it, doesn't it? It's that deep feeling of helplessness when you know you're needed most. During a doctor's appointment, a sudden sickness, or even just trying to explain a confusing prescription over a crackly phone line. So let's explore a solution that looks this fear right in the eye. So let's start by really unpacking this. What is this worry of distance actually made of? Because it's so much more than just a vague feeling. I mean, this is the question, isn't it? It's not just a passing thought. It's a real concern that can just pop into your head at any time, day or night. For so many non-resident Carolites, this isn't some hypothetical situation. It is a daily lived reality. You see, that worry isn't just in your head. It's rooted in very real, very tangible hurdles that our parents are facing every single day back in Trivandrum. Let's take a closer look at what those actually are. Just think about a task that we might not even think twice about, a quick trip to the pharmacy. Well, for an elderly person, this is anything but simple. It can be a physically exhausting journey, battling traffic, the heat, standing in long lines, all just to pick up medicine they absolutely need. The worry of a fall or just sheer exhaustion is totally real. And it doesn't stop once they get the medicine home. Let's be honest, modern prescriptions can be incredibly complicated. Different pills for different times, some with food, some without. It's so easy to get confused. And our parents are often too proud or shy to keep asking a busy doctor for more clarification. And that confusion, well, it can be dangerous. And what's the result of all this? It's a huge mental load on you, the child who's living thousands of miles away. You end up being the one making late-night calls to remind them about their pills, trying to track their supplies from a completely different time zone. It's stressful. And it's all driven by that nagging fear. What if they forget? Or what if a really important prescription runs out before they can get more? Okay, but what if there was a totally different way? This brings us to a real turning point here, the idea of having a true partner on the ground in Trivandrum. This is the core concept, and it's a powerful one. We're not talking about just another delivery service here. We're talking about a peace of mind partner. Think about that. Someone who literally acts as your eyes, your ears, and your hands, ensuring your parents' health is managed with real professionalism and genuine care. It completely reframes the solution from just a transaction to an actual relationship. So that sounds great in theory, right? But how exactly does a partner like this bridge that massive gap created by distance? Let's break down the practical, step-by-step ways it actually works. All right, first up, let's tackle that exhausting pharmacy trip. There's a simple but really powerful three-step process. First, a system proactively tracks when refills are due. Then, the medicine is delivered hassle-free right to their doorstep. The result? No more travel, no more waiting, and no more physical strain on your parents. That whole ordeal is just gone. Next, how do we solve that problem of medication confusion? This is where a qualified pharmacist steps in. And they don't just hand over a bag of pills. They actually take the time to sit down and explain everything in simple, clear Malayalam. This makes sure your parents truly understand what to do, translating all that complex medical jargon into advice they can actually use. And what about that fear of a missed dose? That's where a compliance system comes into play. It starts with simple tools like easy-to-use pill organizers. But the real game changer is the proactive tracking and the automated reminders that go out to both you and your parents. Suddenly, the job of remembering is literally taken off your shoulders. Now we get to the biggest fear of all for so many of us, that lonely, often overwhelming doctor's visit. And this is where the signature Care Buddy service comes in. Just think of this person as your trusted stand-in, a trained local presence who is there for one reason: to support your parents. So what does a Care Buddy actually do? Well, it's pretty comprehensive. They handle all the logistics, like arranging transport, but more importantly, they are your advocate inside the doctor's office. They're taking notes, asking the questions you'd be asking if you were there, and then, and this is key, they provide a detailed summary of the visit directly to you. You are never, ever out of the loop.
So here it is. This is where it all comes together beautifully. Just look at this. On the left, we have every single major worry we've talked about. And on the right, for each one, there's a direct, targeted solution. The chaos of pharmacy queues met with simple doorstep delivery. Medication confusion met with expert counseling in their own language. The fear of forgetting met with a proactive system. And that deep worry about them being alone at the doctor's met with a compassionate care buddy.
So, how do all of these incredible solutions come together? Well, they're all bundled into a single, straightforward plan. And that plan is called the Trivandrum Elder Care Shield. It's designed from the ground up to be a complete safety net, providing coverage for all of those key areas of concern we've been talking about. Let's quickly look at what that shield actually includes. You get unlimited, free medicine delivery. You get quarterly medication reviews with a pharmacist. The entire compliance system with organizers and alerts is built right in. You get access to that incredible Care Buddy service at discounted rates. And, critically, you have a single, dedicated relationship manager as your point of contact and a 24/7 helpline for emergencies. It really is an entire support system in one package.
This quote, I think, just sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. The service isn't just about logistics. It's about better health. It's about making sure medicines are taken correctly. It's about making sure they never run out. And maybe most importantly, it's about providing human, compassionate care that truly, finally, bridges the distance. And that really leaves us with this one final crucial question to think about. It shifts the whole conversation, doesn't it? It's not about the cost of a service anymore. It's about the immense value of what you're really getting. Freedom from worry. The ability to know with real confidence that your parents are being looked after with the same care and attention you would give them if you were right there yourself. So, what is that worth to you?